Hello, I'm Marcel from Bella Barista, and I am going to explain to you why Bella Barista only uses organic or regenerative organic certified coffee. First of all, coffee farming has had a really bad reputation. Well, it's true that they use more toxins and pesticides and herbicides in coffee farming than they do in any other consumable farming. So for example, if you wanted to find other products that we consume that have more toxins used in the farming process, I don't think you will find one. The only other products would be tobacco or cotton that use more, and we don't really consume cotton and tobacco. Obviously we all know the results of tobacco. So yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a bit of a dark kept secret about coffee and the amount of pesticides and toxins used. So first of all, if we use organic coffee, then they're not going to be using any toxins in the farming process. And the main reason why we don't want any toxins going into the farming process, into the soil that the coffee grows in, is because the goodness, or the natural goodness that's in the soil, is depleted slowly over the course of a few years, and therefore the natural goodness in the soil has disappeared, and the coffee trees start to struggle to produce fruit, produce coffee, and it's a short-term gain using toxins for short-term profits, but the long-term for coffee and the future of coffee is certainly organic coffee, no pesticides, no toxins. Regenerative farming has now come on the scene. It's very popular word to be used in farming methods, and I'm glad to say that in the coffee industry there is regenerative certified farms, which we have an exclusive UK agreement with one of the only farms in Brazil that has regenerative organic certification. And regenerative means that you're going one step further. It means that you have to allow weeds to grow, you have to allow trees to grow, you have to allow the leaves from the trees in the autumn to fall onto the soil and to naturally fertilize the soil. So regenerative farming is not only good for the planet, but it's also very good for us as consumers. Obviously there's no toxins going to be found in our coffee, which is really good for us, and then this makes coffee a natural product which is high in antioxidants, which will be very good for us as consumers. Also there's new footage or new evidence come about that fermented food products are very good for us, so like yogurts that have yeast fermented, these kind of products are very good for our well-being and our health. And of course coffee comes into that category because it is in most treatments it's a fermented process. When the coffee is picked as a fruit, it then ferments whilst it's drying into a green coffee bean before it's roasted. Also there is new evidence that there's mycotoxins in coffee, which is very good for our gut health. So all in all, drinking regenerative organic certified coffee is not only good for the planet, but it's very good for you as consumers. The regenerative farm that we use in Brazil has actually been experimenting over the last few years with a new fungus that is mixed into the soil before planting coffee trees, and this fungus is called mycorrhiza, and it's a certain type of mycorrhiza. And what this actually does is this actually connects all of the roots of the coffee trees together, and it helps with all the right nutrients going to the trees that need it most during the dry seasons. And also if some trees are getting more sun than other, then all of those nutrients are shared amongst the trees that are all joined together by the mycorrhiza. And the results of trialing this over 3.5 years has been very, very positive. Great results, much higher yield of coffee, which is very difficult to do with sustainable farming methods. It's really working extremely well, and I can't wait for this method of farming to be spread out around Brazil and other countries going forward. Any questions, just pop them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.